Now, Congress is demanding an end to the big payouts. The House committee voting to stop the multi-million-dollar bonuses, significantly cut executive pay at Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. That bill now going to a full House vote. But California Republican Ed Royce says this should really not be a debate. It's a no-brainer. Hard-earned income tax dollars shouldn't be going to richly reward executives at entities that are still way, way, way deep in the hole to taxpayers, to the tune of more than $150 billion at the very least, Congressman. What kind of reaction are you getting?
Well, I think we made our points in committee and we'll pass this out. The question is, will the Senate see it the same way we do? Remember, this is a situation where these extravagant bonuses were part of a plan for privatized profits that went to shareholders and management, with an expectation that losses would be socialized, would go to the tax-paying public. And I think this is the most egregious part of it, that even after we've seen what's anticipated to end up being a $300 billion hit to the taxpayers, we still haven't been able to change the culture over there and get these employees paid like other government employees, because de facto they've become that, haven't they?
You know, the argument for giving them these bonuses, I think, was something like this. They've stopped the bloodletting. By comparison, it's no longer a free fall. That would be akin to saying I get a bonus because I'm still breathing. But that was kind of the argument for this. What do you say to that?
And I think you might be able to convince me there'd be something to that, except that they're not the only federal institution managing these portfolios now. FHA manages a portfolio like this. The VA does as well, and in both of those cases they receive an average, employee salary rather than multi-million-dollar bonuses. So I don't think that holds water, and neither does the Inspector General, who took a look at this and said that the institution itself isn't equipped to manage these extensive compensation packages. They're not resisting the way they should. And this is why the House of Representatives has stepped in with this bill, which I've co-authored.
Like I said, it might make progress in the House. I don't see it going anywhere in the Senate. I could be wrong. But having said that, what is it about Fannie and Freddie that always manage to avoid much federal scrutiny, even being left out of the financial reform law? I don't get it. I understand they control, close to 9 out of 10 mortgages out there. They're a huge beast. You can't get too beastly with the beast. I don't know what the argument is, but it's almost as if those guys have photographs. I have no idea what it is, but no one can touch them.
This is the importance of the firewall, between a market-based system and government interference, because it went both ways, right? You had the government muscling the market through Fannie and Freddie, zero down payment loans. Sure, you can over-leverage, as long as it's in subprime. And the other way, you had Fannie and Freddie, the biggest lobby up here on the Hill, with all of their influence over members of the House. Why? Because for their executives, if they could leverage it 100 to 1, if half of this had to be in subprime, well, it meant enormous risks, but enormous returns to them personally. This is the whole problem with government intervention. It leads to this. And with tying the hands of the regulators, you and I remember, I had legislation to try to regulate them for systemic risk so that the regulatory community could bring down those portfolios, shed those subprime loans, and it was Barney Frank and Chris Dodd that opposed that.
No, I remember that very well. You were ahead of this. I got to give you credit. Congressman, always good seeing you. Thank you.
Thank you.